So you want to learn a language. Good for you. Learning a language is fun, actually. Not always. It can be really daunting and boring, and depending on how you actually will do it. But language learning can be very fun. Hello, my name is Razovy. So I've been making these types of videos, self-improvement videos, how to do stuff videos, how-to videos, I should say. Quite recently now, I shifted my content. And in this video, I'll teach you how to learn any language. I won't teach you how to get fluent in a language because I believe getting fluent in a language is impossible. You can get really good at a language, but fluent, if ever anyone says that that's possible once you're an adult, I don't really believe that. You can get really good at a language though. But fluent, as an adult, I doubt that that's possible. I don't really think it's a thing. But getting really good at a language, yeah, absolutely, 100%. So for the folks that don't know, I speak 3 languages, which isn't that much compared to certain language learning gurus, but I have experience learning languages though. I'm not sure if you noticed, maybe you didn't. I don't have that much of an accent in my humble opinion, but English is not my native language. I speak English really well. I'm very proud of the fact that I speak English very well. But officially speaking, my native tongue is Dutch, so Nederlands. Ik spreek Nederlands. Dat is mijn geboortetaal, mijn moedertaal, zullen we maar zeggen. So, as a Dutch person, I learned English from a young age. I mainly did it because I just wanted to. We do get English classes here in high school and whatnot, but as you can imagine, it's high school. You don't really learn proper English. You just learn the basics and then you're done. But I always wanted to learn English just because I was interested in the language and American culture. And yeah, also by watching American movies and whatnot, I was able to get a basic grip on the whole thing. And so basically I learned English from a young age. And in this video, I'll explain how I did it. I'll also explain something else, because besides learning English as a kid, and as a teenager, I should say, because I wasn't just a kid. It's not like when I was like 12, I spoke fluent English or something. Of course I didn't. It took way longer. But as an adult, I also decided to learn Japanese. And that process was way more difficult compared to learning English as a kid. Because like I said, as an adult, becoming fluent in a language that is not your own, I don't think it's doable. I just don't think it's doable. You can become really freaking good at a language, but fluent, like you are in your mother tongue, your native tongue, I should say, I don't think that's possible. But anyway, let's actually get to the clue of the story. So as a kid, I learned English. How did I do that? By watching a lot of movies, mainly American movies, by engaging online in whatever I did at the time, by playing a lot of games, by talking with people online in English, because as you can imagine, in my direct surroundings, there was no one who spoke English. Yeah, sure, people spoke this really bad type of English, but you don't, why would you do that, right? You don't. It's not like I'm gonna go out of my my house and speak English with everyone. That's nonsense, because there was no one who spoke fluent English, right? So it was mainly what I could do online. I interact with people in English. I also in games, I would interact with people in English. And it's not even because I necessarily wanted to. It's kind of because I had to. I grew up in a time where if you wanted to do anything online, it had to be done in English. Nowadays, most stuff is still in English, fair enough, but there are plenty of websites, plenty of content on YouTube that is in your native language. I am certain of it. In my time, that wasn't the case. So I had to speak English, even though it was horrible and I was not good at English. But I had to. And this is the first thing that you gotta do. If you're going to learn a language, you have to engage with the language. Speak it. Go on YouTube. For example, let's say you want to learn Japanese, because as an adult, I decided to learn Japanese, right? This is what I did. First of all, I would go and use something called Anki. A-N-K-I. Anki. This literally means also to remember or to memorize in Japanese. Anki. And basically you can use this not just for Japanese, you can use this for any language, because it's a flashcard program. And it'll basically help you. You can, let's say that you have a book about learning, I don't know, Spanish or something. And in this book, it has certain words that you got to remember. put them in Anki. In the front card, you can put, I don't know, comer. And then at the back, you can put to eat, right? Or something, I don't know. Or beber, or, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish that well. Anyway, so, right, you could do that. And then every day you learn those words. This is the ultimate basics of learning a language, learning the words. In fact, I would highly advise you, before you ever touch grammar, before you ever touch a grammar book, learn the words. Just learn the words. Vocabulary is so important. Because, and this is something that I tell my students as well, I could make the most beautiful sentences using the most awesome grammar. But if I don't know the word for car, and I want to use the word car in my awesome grammar that I have, but I don't know the word for car, I cannot make the sentence. If I would say to you, I go work with car, you would still understand what I said, right? I went to my job with my car, right? I drove to work with my car, right? That's it. You understand what I said. It's grammatically, it's horrible, but
into Bed Bath and Beyond, then he had invested.
And that's the point. Learn the words first. That's all you gotta do. Learn the words first. Once you have some words memorized, and I'm not even talking about a lot, just some, 100 words, I don't know, give or take. Go online and watch either YouTube videos or simply on Netflix, like an actual show or whatnot, or an anime. I love watching anime in different languages. And just watch a show or a YouTube video in your target language. Again, let's say that you want to learn, I don't know, Spanish or Japanese. Watch it in those languages. Look, even if you don't understand what's going on, who cares? Who cares? Try. Also, avoid subtitles in your native language. Really, and I mean this sincerely. Let's say that you want to watch, I don't know, an anime in Japanese, right? Because you want to learn Japanese. For the love of God, if you can manage, and on Netflix you can do this. I have used this on Netflix myself. Watch the anime in Japanese with Japanese subtitles. Most likely you will barely understand anything, and that is fine because you need to get a certain connection with the language. That's all there's to it. If you want to watch a Spanish show, put on Spanish subtitles. That's all there's to it. Now, once you've done these two things, so you're watching content, you're engaging with the language, right? And you're learning words. At that point, all you got to do is also study grammar. Now, the grammar, in my opinion, is the least important thing, but that is something they have to do. Once you've done that, and you also learn some grammar, and you can use Anki again for the grammar part. Once you've done this, that is the point where you got to start speaking. Find someone online to speak in the language. If you cannot do it with your voice, like on Discord or something, or if you just don't feel comfortable, fair enough. This would be best, but if you don't feel comfortable, I get that. But at least speak the language with typing. Engage on Reddit or on YouTube comments or whatever in the target language. Even if it's just basic stuff, do it. It'll help you out so freaking much. Use the language. And then the final thing, and I sincerely believe this is good for you to do, at least it's very good for me, set goals, and preferably set goals that are recognized by other countries. What I mean by that is, if you want to learn Japanese and you want to prove that you speak Japanese, you take what we call the JLPT. Okay, JLPT. You have JLPT N5, which is the lowest level, up to and including JLPT N1, which is the highest level. These stages of learning help you so much. For example, my current goal is to get to JLPT N1. That's my current goal. I want to pass that exam. That's it. Same thing with my English when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, my goal was to actually get the, it's called the Cambridge exam here in Holland. The Cambridge exam. And then there is, what is that called again? The CPE, I believe. That is like the highest level of the Cambridge exam for English, right? And I think it's C2 level on the European framework, that you have C1 or C2. No, it's C2. You have the C2 level. And that is my goal. That was my goal. And I achieved it. I got the C2 level in English, which is the highest attainable level as a non-native English speaker. And so I attained it. Same thing with my Japanese. At some point, I want to attain the JLPT N1, which is the highest attainable level within the Japanese language framework. And that is something that you should aim for as well. If you just want to learn a little bit so you can go on vacation to your target country, yeah, sure, by all means. But then most likely this video isn't for you in the first place. But if you genuinely want to get good at a language, these are the steps that you got to take. So I'll sum it up again. First, learn words. All you got to do, Anki, every single day, no skipping, learn words. Once you've done so, actually engage with the language. Watch videos, watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix stuff with the subtitles in your target language. Once you do that, and really this can take weeks to even months. You don't have to do anything else except these two things. Then eventually engage with the grammar. You got to learn how to form proper sentences. Makes sense. At some point you got to learn how to form proper sentences. And then eventually I want you to speak the language in YouTube comments, in chatting, in preferably speaking as well. That would be wonderful. And then eventually, the final thing, set language goals. If there is a framework like the European framework of A1 up to and including C2, then do that. Or if there's like a JLPT in Japanese, or do that. Try to do, or what is that in Chinese, in Mandarin Chinese? I think it's the HSK, right? Whatever your target is, set a goal and try to achieve it. This is how you learn a language. It's not pretty. It's difficult. Look, and there will be times where it's not even fun, but if you want to learn a language, this is the best thing to do. This is how I'm doing it. This is how I've done it in the past with English. You can do it too. By the way, final thing of today before I leave you guys, I have a Telegram channel. I'll put it in the description and also in the pinned comment. In this Telegram channel, I basically give you motivational content every single day. If you want to join that Telegram channel, then feel free to join it right now. And if you want to have one-on-one coaching with me, which is something that I actually would highly advise you to do if you care about self-improvement and if you want to get better in life, or you simply need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out to me. You can just do this via Telegram as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I was Razovy, and thank you so much for watching.